one case. In this case, I will say that there is a conductor. It has a current I. There is a conductor. It's a current carrying conductor, whatever you want to call it. There is current passing through this, and it's passing through this direction. The direction is important here. In that case, if I say there is a charge Q here, there is a charge Q here, then can anyone tell me what will be the force? First of all, will there be any force because of this? Will there be any force on this due to this conductor? And the condition is simple, that there's a conductor here and there's a charge over here. The charge is at rest at this point. So will there be any force on this charge due to this conductor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, someone says yes. What about rest of y'all? All those who are listening, please don't make me feel like I'm only teaching one student. Please, yes or no will be a good answer for me. No problem. So two, I've got two yes. No other chat. So listen to me. This is where you need to understand that it has been observed when a charge is at rest, and it is kept besides a current carrying conductor, the force exerted on this charge Q because of this current carrying conductor is simply zero. It is zero. And so it is a questionable thing as to why it is zero. Of course, there's some current passing through it. That is what our thoughts will be. It looks like an electric, something from our first chapter, maybe an infinite line of charge. But students, listen to me. This is not the case of an infinite line of charge with all positive charges on one side, and there is a charge over here, and then I told you to find out the electric field intensity at this point. No. Okay. This was what? A charged object. Is this current carrying conductor charged? What is your answer? Will there be any charge in this current carrying conductor? So let's see. Let's take our binoculars and just zoom on this conductor, and what we'll be able to see is basically a cylindrical shaped wire. In a cylindrical shaped wire, if the current is in this direction, I have told you, electrons are in which direction? All electrons are going here. They are in this direction. Forget this. All electrons are going here. But if electrons are going here, then what else is going this side? Can you tell me? What is going in this direction? All of you.
Current.
Can I say positive charges are going? Can I say if electrons are going in opposite direction, then positive charges are going this side? Yes or no? So, if I can conclude by saying that all the electrons are flowing in which direction? They are going in this direction. All the positive charges are going, protons are going in this direction. Both the quantity or the magnitude of the electrons going this side and this side is going to be the same. E minus n times E plus, I will say. If the magnitude is same and the force is same, can I say both are cancelled? So in that, can I say this is just the explanation. Remember. So by this, what we can say? We can say that the charge in a current carrying conductor is zero. The charge in a current carrying conductor is zero. Is that understood, everyone? This is a basic concept. In a conductor, in a current carrying conductor here, okay, the charge is going to be zero unless and until there is some extra charge which has been added into it. Of course, extra charges can be removed or can be, you can manipulate them.
Sir,
but yes.
Sir, is it the charge or the net charge?
I'm talking about the net charge, of course. I'm talking about the net charge. Net charge within the conductor is going to be zero, no? If you're only looking at the electrons, then of course you're going to get some charge with only on the basis of electrons. But the net charge in a conductor is going to be zero. So if the net charge on this entire thing is going to be equal to zero, if there is no charge at all on this conductor, will there be any force on this charge over here because of this conductor? All your answers, I want your answers. Will there be any force on this charge?
No, sir.
No. So this is an important concept. The important concept is here I'm not taking a line of charge where there is all positive charges. No, this is not the case. In this case, what I can say that maybe I have transferred positive charges on this piece of metal. Maybe I've transferred. How did I transfer? Maybe I've charged it. Maybe I've done it by induction. Maybe I've done it by you say whatever. Some sort of a transfer of electrons has happened. Maybe I've touched it with some other other object and I made this positive. But if you are talking about a conductor, just a conductor with electricity passing through it, current passing through it, then in that case you can see the electrons are all going towards one direction and positive charges are going towards the other direction. Both the magnitude of the direction, the magnitude of the electrons and the positive charges, negative charges and positive charges are equal and opposite. And when they are equal and opposite, the net charge is going to be what? Equal to 0. So the net charge on this rod here, the net charge on this current carrying conductor is 0. In that case, when my Q, when I put a charge over here and it is in the rest condition, at that point of time, I can say that there will be no force due to this conductor carrying current on this charge Q. Is this clear? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's look at another case. That was case 1. This is case 2. Let's say that the earlier one was, what was the case 1? Can anyone tell me what was the charge it was at rest? Yes or no? The charge was at rest?
Yes, sir.
But say,
Yes,
suppose
sir.
there is this conductor. Listen, okay. So there is this conductor. It has some current I passing through it. And there is a charge over here, which I kept here. But this time, the charge is given a certain velocity. And it is given a certain velocity in the direction which is parallel to the conductor. What I said, there is a charge here Q. It has been given some certain velocity. That means the charge is not at rest right now. It is in the direction which is, it is having some direction velocity vector, which is in the direction of the, which is parallel to this conductor. Which is parallel to the conductor. I hope you all are getting this. So in that case, okay, what is seen is at some point, what happens is this charge, okay, this charge somehow has a trail like this. It has a trail like this. And people started wondering, how come it is, how is this possible? How is this possible? They saw that when the charge is at rest, there is no effect due to this current carrying conductor. When this charge is kept at rest, there is no effect on it because of this current carrying conductor. But as soon as I give it some velocity v, okay, as soon as I give it velocity v, and the condition here is that the charge velocity, okay, the charge is given velocity which is parallel to the conductor itself. In that case, the force experienced by this charge is not 0. Okay, the force is not 0. It is seen that there is a certain deflection. There is a certain deflection in the path of this charge. There is a certain deflection in the path of this charge. Okay, so this force therefore is exerted by another type of field. It is not electric field. Okay, it is not electrostatic field, but this time it is called magnetic field. What is it called? It is magnetic field. But how is this field produced? Okay, I am teaching you and I am telling you that there is a conductor, you send a velocity, you send a charge with a velocity which is parallel to the conductor. In that case, okay, you are telling me, you all must be thinking, okay, the teacher is telling me that this charge will have some deflection. But from where is this magnetic field created? How is this magnetic field created? There is no answer for that. You see, of course, you can find a depth level theory based on this, but not a reasonable or a proved you know, theory, not a exactly proved statement which can definitely define how magnetic field is being created. It's just like the concept of gravity. In case of gravity, everyone knows what is the formula of gravity. Everyone knows that it is 9.8 meter per second square. So in that case, if you know this, but do we know, or do we know why is gravity caused? No one knows. No one knows. So there are some things we don't know, but we can study the behavior of it. There are some things we don't know, but we can study the behavior of it. No one knows why gravity is actually existing. On Earth, everyone knows it's going, we are all stuck to Earth. Yes. But why? Uh, no one knows. Everyone knows the value. Everyone knows the formula. We know that Newton said F is equal to G, M1, M2 by R square. This is just an observation, isn't it? But what causes this is very difficult to say. So, anyways, if 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 we are not able to know the reason, that's not a problem. But at least we can study what its effects are. So the force that is exerted by another type, there is another type of force here. Okay, that force is not electrostatic related. This is called magnetic field. The force exerted by magnetic field, the force exerted by magnetic field due to which this charge is actually deflecting is called magnetic force. What is it called? Magnetic force. So, okay, listen to me. There was this teacher. There was a teacher maybe some years back, and in that, while he was teaching his students, he had actually a compass. You know this compass, right? Northwest, east, south, the needle, the compass needle. So he had that geographic compass with him, and he was actually experimenting and showing his students regarding current electricity. Okay, some circuit here you can imagine, some circuit here. So at that point of time, the magnetic compass actually was kept not intentionally, it was just unintentional. And when he switched on the circuit, what he came to know is there was a deflection in the needle of the compass. There was a deflection in the needle of the compass. This is known as Oersted experiment. Okay, I don't know the exact pronunciation of the name. Oersted's experiment. Okay, he was a teacher, a professor, and he, while doing an experiment on current electricity, he observed accidentally that there was a deflection whenever he switched on the circuit. Whenever he switched on the circuit, there was a deflection in the magnetic compass, and so that brought some sort of a interest in him. Okay, he therefore saw what exactly happened is then he you see, if you were in his place, of course, you would have also thought that just by switching electricity, there is some deflection in the compass needle. And one thing you know is already that a magnetic compass is going to change its direction only when it is observing some magnetic force. And of course, when you're switching the current here in this circuit, when you're switching it on, there is some current going through it. So of course, you know, he came to, not of course I will say, of course there's going to be some sort of a thought process in this. He came up to a conclusion that there is some relationship between electric and magnetic phenomena. So here he actually came to know that okay, there has to be some connection between electricity and magnetism. You know, that is how this chapter is born. That is exactly how this chapter is born. So it's very interesting. This chapter is very interesting, and I hope I'm able to bring some sort of an interest of this topic in y'all. So if you consider a current carrying conductor like this in this form, it has some current, and you can do this in your houses also, provided you have a magnetic compass with you. And if you have this conductor, any wire, okay, this is a wire, general wire, and you take a magnetic compass like this. Okay, I won't draw the magnetic compass. What happens is you start to see that when you bring the magnetic compass over here, Okay, the needle points this side, in this direction. When you take the magnetic compass here, the needle will point in this direction. Take the magnetic compass here, point downward direction. So here, point. So this is the orientation of compass needle around current carrying conductor, around a current carrying conductor. So ultimately, the conclusion was that a moving charges they give rise to what? They give rise to magnetic field. This magnetic field creates magnetic force, and this magnetic force causes a deflection. Deflection in what? Deflection in the needle. Is this clear? All of you all? Everyone understood this concept, this simple concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if this is understood, let's go to some starting topics. Starting of our magnetism, let's go into a little bit of depth. Let's say, let's now study the direction of magnetic field. What are we studying? Direction of magnetic field. So in this, always remember, it's also denoted in your vectors. What is this going to symbolize? What does this symbolize and what does this symbolize? Everyone?
Outward and inward.
Outward and inward. So any quantity which has been symbolized in this form can be written as, okay, it can be written as that quantity is coming out of the plane. And in this, of course, coming out of the plane, this will be going inside the plane. Okay. So any quantity with this designation simply means it's coming out. You can also think of it as something like this marker. Okay, I've taken this marker. If I am pointing it towards you, all you can see is a dot like this. So of course, that is going to be denoted. Any quantity which is coming out will be denoted like this. Any quantity which is going inside, of course, this is an arrow, so you will see a cross. Fine, if these basics are very clear with you, let's go to the direction of magnetic field, and that is, consider a current carrying conductor. A current carrying conductor in this case. So right now, this is a current carrying conductor, and this conductor is placed like this. It's a current carrying conductor, it's placed towards you. All you can see is the area of cross section. So it has been observed that the magnetic field lines across this current carrying conductor will be in this format, and let's say it has a direction in this way. So let's study the use of right hand thumb rule. Listen to me. If I consider, always remember that magnetic field is always denoted by B. How is it denoted? By B. And this conductor here is, let me color that so that you don't get confused between the magnetic field lines and the conductor here. For now. Okay. So if you take a right hand like this, and you curl it along the magnetic field lines, if you curl it like this, then what you will get? You will get your thumb pointing towards you. So what is the meaning of the thumb pointing towards you? The thumb pointing towards you is basically the current coming out of this plane. This is a conductor. If the magnetic field lines are in anti-clockwise direction like this, it is anti-clockwise. Just take a right hand, and then start curling it along the magnetic field lines. You can do it, and if you do that, your thumb should point outwards, and the thumb pointing outwards, basically your thumb is actually telling you the direction of the current in this current carrying conductor. Similarly, you can place it, you can try to do it otherwise as well. For example, if you know the current is coming outwards, so place your thumb outside, and the direction in which your the fingers, the rest of the four fingers are actually curling, okay, that will give you the direction of the magnetic field. That will give you the direction of the magnetic field in which it is being curled around the current carrying conductor. Okay. Similarly, let's go to another case. In another case, instead of this, I will take a cross current. Use a blue pen here. So, now, if you understood that this current here, this conductor here, area of cross section which has been seen here, is having a current where outside or inside? Can anyone tell me? Is it outside or inside?
Inside.
It's inside. So take your thumb. So you know that this conductor is carrying current inside the plane. Take your thumb, your right hand. Please use your right hand. Put it towards the inside. Put it towards the inside of the plane. In that way, you will get the other four fingers. When they curl, they are giving you the direction of the. They're giving you the direction of what? The magnetic field. And in this case, it is clockwise. In this case, it is, you can see it is clockwise. Okay. 1 minute. There is a doubt. Someone has asked me. Give me a minute. Yeah. Sir, will it act even if there is an insulator over the wire? Sir, will it act even if there is an insulator over the wire? The magnetic force act if the conductor is insulated. Okay. So will the conductor act if the magnetic force? Okay, I will answer that later. I will answer that later. Okay. So I hope these two concepts are clear. These two concepts should be clear. Now let's study. If these two concepts are clear, let's go to the next topic. See, this is the foundation of your magnetic field. I cannot skip this. Okay, however easy it might look, but I cannot skip this. So you please pay attention. Let's say force on a charged particle in a magnetic field. Force on a charged particle in a magnetic field. Now, just now, okay, I told you that if there is some conductor carrying some current I, in this case, can you use a right hand thumb rule, everyone? Can you use a right hand thumb rule? Just take your right hand, put it in the direction of the current, okay, and you will curl your fingers, your right hand fingers. In that case, you can see that the magnetic field is in this direction. It is in this direction. So here in this plane, it is going inside. Here it is coming outside. Do you all agree with me? Okay, take your thumb, put it on this conductor here towards the direction of the current. Always your thumb will be towards the direction of the current. So in that case, if you curl your fingers, you can see that the magnetic field is entering on this side of the plane and coming out here. So let's see one condition in which the magnetic field is basically inside the plane. In this case, if there is a charge q having some sort of a velocity v, okay, having some sort of velocity v, then can anyone tell me where will the force be on this? On what point will be the force applied on this charge q? In which direction? Can anyone tell me? This is a magnetic field. All the magnetic field lines are going inside the plane here. there is a charge q which I have placed it right here in the middle, and I have given it a certain velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field lines. Okay, here you can imagine the magnetic field lines are going inside, but my charge is having a velocity perpendicular to the field lines. In that case, what will be the direction of the force? Just tell me the direction of the force. So how do we find out the direction of the force? This is important.
Into the board.
No, but good answer. Anyone else has any other answer? Please let me know. Anyone else wants to try? Someone said in the board. No other answers. Okay, I want quick responses. Okay, see, look here. Look here. This has been observed. Okay, these are observations made. So when there is a charge and it has some certain velocity v, which is perpendicular to the magnetic field lines. Your magnetic field lines are all going inside the plane. In that case, can I just tell you that the force is basically in the direction of v cross b. What is it? It's a cross product. V cross b. Force is proportional to v cross b. In this case, you simply have to see that my magnetic field is like this in this direction, and my charge is in this direction. So if it is in this direction, just take your right hand, okay, and apply v cross b. Apply v cross b. From b to b, all your four fingers should curl. So if they curl, then in which direction is your thumb pointing? Is it pointing towards the right, left, down, or up?
Left.
It's pointing towards the left. Has everyone understood this? Okay, if you all get this straight, everything I'll be doing quickly. Look here. Simple. Your magnetic field is this black color. It's going inside the plane. This is a charge q pointing perpendicular to the magnetic field. Force will always be proportional to v cross b, which is an observation. So v cross b simply means that you will take your fingers, you will go from v and you will take it towards b. So take your right hand, curl your fingers from b to b, and then you will see that your right hand thumb is pointing towards the left. Your right hand thumb is pointing towards the left. So if this is understood, I hope this thing is clear that the force on this charge q will be towards the left. So if I am, students listen to me, if this charge is going at a certain velocity and it is just continuously moving on top like this, will there be a deflection? Yes or no? Will there be a deflection? Yes, it will. There will be a deflection in its path. It will simply not go straight like this. If there is a force being applied towards the left, the path will be like this. The path of this charge will be like this. Everyone clear? Everyone clear? So, in short, if I have to draw a free body diagram, okay, a free body diagram like this, that there is certain velocity, this is a charge here, certain velocity is given to it, okay, and there is another aspect of this where the magnetic field B is inside the plane, okay. Here please, this is two-dimensional, not easy for me to make you all understand. This is inside the plane. So if this is inside the plane and this is velocity, just take your four fingers, V cross V. Never do B cross V. Never do it the opposite way. Always V cross V. In that case, you will see the force is always in this direction. And if force here is directly proportional to V cross V. This is your first expression. So it has been, so ultimately, if there is a charge involved in this, I will write the formula equal to F is equal to Q into V cross B. Q into V cross B. If you open up the cross product, can you tell me what you will get? F is equal to Q into V, B and sine theta. You will get VB sine theta, where theta is basically the angle between V and B. Theta is the angle between V and B. Is this understood, everyone? All clear?
Yes,
So,
sir.
if this is clear, Okay, if this is clear, let's go to the next topic. That is simple. Let's not next topic. Next, let's say that the magnetic field in this side. I want the answers from you now. Okay, this side, if it is all like this, and I am taking a charge q like this, and I have a velocity v in this direction, then in what direction will be my force? Can everyone answer me quickly?
Right. In right
Right.
direction.
Right, right.
Right direction.
Right.
Right direction. Right, everyone. At least 3 people have told right. Anyone else who is telling right? Anyone telling left? No. So similarly, I will just explain immediately, very quickly. The magnetic field lines are basically outside. In this case, take your right hand, place it at V and go towards B. V cross B, then your direction of force is on the right side. So it is, the force will be in this direction. Okay, the force will be in this direction. So where will be the deflection? Suppose this charge was here, right here. The charge was here, Q, and it was like this. In this case, the deflection would have been like this. In this case, the deflection would have been like this. Okay. So if this is understood, force on a charged particle in magnetic field F is equal to Q into B cross B. The first point I want you to know here is that force depends. How many minutes we got? 5 minutes. So force depends on what here? First thing is force depends on charge. Force depends on the type of charge. Okay. For example, till now the cases we took is positive charges. What I want you to understand is that if Q is greater than 0, that means positive charge. Okay. The deflection of the deflection in any circumstance. For example, this small thing here, and I told you that there is a charge here. Q is here. In this case, the force will be applied in what direction? Left direction. So the charge will deflect in this direction? This direction. Yes or no? But if I say that Q is less than 0, Q is less than 0, in that case, the deflection will be in this direction. The deflection will be opposite. So the deflection will be opposite. So please, this should not get confusing later on. Okay. So listen to me. Force depends on Q, charge Q. Okay. Both positive and negative charges. Okay. In positive charge, if Q is greater than 0, it is positive charge. The force will be, if force is in this direction for a positive charge, please remember that for a negative charge, the force will be in the opposite direction. In the opposite direction. Second thing I want to tell you, if the charge itself is not present, if the charge itself is 0, then the force will be what? Everyone tell me. Force will be 0. If the charge itself is not there, then the force is equal to 0. Of course, you will tell this is obvious, but this is given in your book, so I have to tell you this. Okay. So now, third thing I want to tell you, if the charge is in the same direction of the magnetic field, this is important. Please look here. If there is a conductor here, sorry, not conductor, let's say that the magnetic field I am representing in this way, and if this is a magnetic field, and the charge is also having some certain velocity, but it is parallel to this, it is parallel to the magnetic field. In that case, can anyone tell me what is going to be the force? In that case, what will be the force? Come on, tell me. F is equal to what? Q V cross B?
0.
Oh, yes, right. Q V cross B. Open it up. Q V B sin theta. Here sin is what? What is the angle between V and B? 0. Sin 0 is 0. Yes or no? So the force will be what? 0. So always remember that if the velocity, the projection of a charge is, if it has the projection of velocity in the same direction or parallel direction, it doesn't matter whether it is anti-parallel or parallel, the angle is either going to be 0 or 180. In that case, what will happen? Sin theta is going to be equal to 0. So the force on that charge, which is having a velocity vector parallel to the magnetic field, will always be 0, whether the condition is that the velocity is in the same direction of magnetic field or in the opposite direction of the magnetic field.